Have you ever wondered that we actually have power? But we need to understand how to use it, control it, and impregnate ourselves with it in order to move forward. By gaining momentum together with deepening of our inspiration, our plans become clear as we gain the understanding. We will realize that the world is a living thing, that actually has heartbeats, that involves beautiful things in life. When we are able to grasp this concept, we can gain power and confidence each day, allowing our hopes and dreams to materialize and leave life with a deeper, fuller meaning. In this video, we are going to condense and summarize part 1 of the book, The Master Key System, into 13 easily digestible parts. Thoughts are important to how we shape our attitude of mind, and ultimately determining our achievements and possessions. In order to achieve success and reach our goals, we must first focus on developing a strong inner foundation by cultivating a positive mindset, beliefs, and values. This means that we must first be the kind of person we want to be, before we can take actions and do the things necessary to achieve our goals. For example, if we want to be a successful entrepreneur, we must first develop the mindset, beliefs, and habits of a successful entrepreneur, before we can take the necessary actions to create a successful business. This may involve developing a positive attitude, cultivating resilience, and adopting a growth mindset. In contrary, if we have limiting beliefs or negative self-talk, this can hold us back from achieving our full potential. On the other hand, if we have empowering beliefs and a positive mindset, we are more likely to achieve success and fulfillment in our lives. In the book, the term world within and world without is commonly used. We can refer world within to inner world or simply our mind, and world without as outer world, referring to the physical world. Let's use inner world and outer world for ease of understanding. As mentioned in the book, the world without is a reflection of the world within. Suggests that our external experiences are a direct reflection of our internal state, thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. In other words, the way we perceive the world and the things that happen to us is largely influenced by our inner thoughts and feelings. For example, if we are feeling negative and unhappy, we may be more likely to notice negative things happening in our environment. Whereas if we are feeling positive and optimistic, we may be more likely to notice positive things happening around us. Similarly, if we have limiting beliefs or negative self-talk, we may be more likely to encounter obstacles and challenges in our external world. This concept suggests that we have the power to shape our external reality by first focusing on and improving our internal state. By cultivating a positive mindset, developing empowering beliefs, and working through any negative emotions or limiting beliefs, we can create a more positive and fulfilling external reality. Internal state of harmony and balance of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs has a direct impact on the external world around us. If we cultivate a harmonious inner world, we are likely to experience harmonious and agreeable external circumstances and surroundings, as well as better equipped to handle challenges, pursue our goals, and achieve our full potential. We might find ourselves attract positive relationships and experience, and that we are able to navigate challenges with greater ease and resilience. We might also find that we are more productive and successful in our work, as we are able to maintain focus and motivation despite obstacles. Inner harmony is essential for achieving success and fulfillment in life, as it is the foundation of good health, greatness, power, attainment, achievement, and success. The outer world reflects the circumstances and the conditions of the consciousness in the inner world. Our thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and emotions shape the way we perceive and interact with the external world. For example, if we have a positive and constructive consciousness within, we are more likely to see opportunities, abundance, and beauty in the world around us. On the other hand, if we have a negative and limiting consciousness within, we are more likely to see problems, scarcity, and ugliness in the world. We can change our outer world by changing our inner world. If we cultivate wisdom, insight, and self-awareness, we can discover the hidden potential and resources within us. With this understanding, we can use our thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and emotions to create the reality we desire. We can manifest our dreams, goals, and aspirations in the outer world by aligning our inner world with them. Relationship between our inner and outer world is reciprocal and dynamic. By cultivating a positive, constructive, and creative consciousness within, we can tap into the marvelous possibilities that are latent in us and make them manifest in the outer world. As we become aware of the wisdom within us, we can mentally claim it as our own. By doing so, we can gain access to the power and wisdom we need to manifest what is necessary for our personal growth and well-being. In other words, by acknowledging and utilizing our inner resources, we can bring about positive change and achieve our goals. The inner world is the practical world where individuals with power generate qualities such as courage, hope, enthusiasm, confidence, trust, and faith. These qualities help them develop a fine intelligence to see their vision clearly and the practical skill to make it a reality. For example, with hope to improve and be good in public speaking, you took the courage by stepping out of your comfort zone. Initially, you are making mistakes and shivering whenever you speak in public. With faith, you never give up, and you trust that you can eventually master it. Eventually, you became better as you kept practicing to improve on your public speaking skills. During the journey, your power was already generating enthusiasm, trust, and confidence. Without knowing, you have already made your vision a reality. It all started with your initial power. That courage grew into who you are today. Our inner world is where we cultivate the mindset and abilities necessary to achieve our goals and bring our visions to life in the external world. As mentioned in the book, life is an unfoldment, not a crescent. What comes to us in the world without is what we already possess in the world within. Life is not simply accumulating or adding things over time, whereas it is a process that is dynamic and constantly changing, involving growth and development. This growth is often characterized by new experiences, challenges, and learning opportunities that shape our beliefs, values, and perspectives. As we encounter new experiences and challenges, we have the opportunity to grow and evolve, both as individuals and as a collective society. This is a journey of self-discovery and growth, and that we should embrace this process of unfoldment rather than focusing solely on external markers of success or achievement. Our level of consciousness determines our possession, gain, and loss. What we possess in life is based on our awareness and perception. Our gains are the result of accumulating our consciousness, meaning that we focus and concentrate our attention and efforts towards achieving our goals. Conversely, our losses are the result of a scattered consciousness, meaning that we lack focus and clarity in our thoughts and actions, leading to negative outcomes. Therefore, it is our state of consciousness that shapes our reality. The great secret of life is about using objective and subjective mind coordination and the understanding of their functions. With this knowledge, we can bring objective and subjective minds into conscious cooperation, and thus coordinate the finite and the infinite. Our future is entirely within our own control. It is not at the mercy of any capricious or uncertain external power. There are two fundamental aspects to our being: the physical, outer aspect, which is referring to the objective mind, and the spiritual, inner aspect, referring to the subjective mind. The physical aspect refers to our body, our senses, and our external experiences in the world, while the spiritual aspect refers to our inner being, including our thoughts, emotions, and spiritual connection to something larger than ourselves. In order to lead a fulfilling and meaningful life, we must learn to coordinate and integrate these two aspects of our being. This means understanding the functions of both the physical and spiritual aspects, and finding a balance between them that allows us to live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. For example, if we focus solely on our external experiences and physical needs, we may feel unfulfilled or disconnected from our inner selves. On the other hand, if we focus solely on our spiritual development and ignore our physical needs, we may struggle to navigate the practical challenges of everyday life. The great secret of life is therefore the ability to find a balance between these two aspects of our being, and to cultivate an understanding of how they work together to create a fulfilling and meaningful life. This may involve practices such as mindfulness, meditation, or self-reflection, which can help us develop a deeper awareness and understanding of our inner and outer experiences. There is only one universal consciousness that can think and create. This consciousness is omnipresence, which means it exists everywhere in the universe and it has the power to turn its thoughts into objective reality. In other words, everything in the universe is a manifestation of this consciousness thoughts. The universal mind is static or potential energy. It simply is. It can manifest only through the individual, and the individual can manifest only through the universal. They are one. An individual's ability to think is closely tied to their ability to bring the universal into manifestation in the physical world. Thought is a vibratory force that is created when static mind energy is converted into dynamic mind energy that can influence the world around us. Our ability to think is closely linked to our ability to manifest our desires in the physical world, and that our thoughts are a powerful force that can influence our reality. Every thought we have is like a seed that is planted in our minds. If we nurture that seed with more thoughts and emotions, it will grow and manifest into our external reality as a condition or circumstance. Therefore, it is essential to control our thoughts, as negative or undesirable thoughts can lead to negative or undesirable conditions in our lives. Our thoughts are powerful forces. By deliberately choosing to focus on positive and desirable thoughts, we can create corresponding conditions in our lives that are desirable. In this view, our thoughts are seen as the foundation of our reality, and it is up to us to choose what kind of reality we want to create by controlling our thoughts. Most of the people leaves focusing on the outer world, and minority has access to the inner world. Many didn't realize it's the inner world that created the outer world. Every form of things we find in the outer world has been created by us in the inner world. The outer world is a reflection of our inner reality, and that if we want to change the external conditions of our lives, we must first change our internal state of being. Do you remember people saying don't expect different results if you are doing the same thing over and over again? In this belief, in order to get a different result, we need to access the cause, and the cause is only found in the inner world. In ages, many have tried to seek strength or power from outside sources, which is a common mistake that people make. True strength and power can only come from within ourselves, and that we need to focus on cultivating our inner resources in order to achieve growth. Have trust in our own inner resources and to rely on them for strength and power in order to achieve fulfillment in life, rather than seeking external validation or approval. In order for life to be expressed or for anything to exist, there must be mind. Mind referred to consciousness, thought, and intelligence. The belief is that mind is a necessary component for the manifestation of anything in the physical world. By grasping the practical application of this law, one can exchange poverty for abundance, ignorance for wisdom, discord for harmony, and tyranny for freedom. Abundance can refer to material wealth or resources. Wisdom can refer to knowledge and understanding. Harmony can refer to peaceful coexistence. Freedom can refer to individual liberties and rights. These are seen as positive changes that have material and social benefits.